Hey guys, in today's video, I'm gonna show you what I've done to these two different extensions that started off super icy and cool blonde. And I'm gonna show you what I did to cause them to lose their coolness, to go super brassy, and to get those orange spots. This is stuff that you're doing to your hair over time. Every day that you apply heat to your hair, you're causing your hair to go brassy, and it's not the hairstylist's fault. Let me show you why. To start, I want to show you right off the bat, this is 410 degrees, and say that this is your gorgeous pretty blonde hair. This is just applying heat to your hair for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at how it's burnt out the color and how brassy it is. This is what you're doing to your hair every time you flat iron your hair, every time you use a hot tool on it, and every time you don't adjust the temperature to be below 350 to 320. This is the damage that you're causing your hair every day after you spend hundreds of dollars to have a beautiful blonde color. This is what you are doing to your hair to cause it to go brassy. Look at that. That's damage that you're doing to your hair. You don't even realize that the reason why your hair is going brassy is because of the heat that you're using on your hair is causing the color to fade out and to actually burn out the color and causing it to go orange. Not to mention, check out that damage. That's why heat protectant is so important. Hey guys, with the coronavirus going on, I wanted to find a way that I can still keep doing videos for you guys and uploading to YouTube. Don't mind the way that I look. I literally rolled out of bed, came down to the salon. I don't have any makeup on, whatever. Let's just get over it. But I wanted to find a way to put valuable information on my channel still without having to take a client. A video that I've seen at one point had to deal with heat damage on blonde hair. And I feel like some of the blondes that I talk to, like honestly all of them, have no idea how much damage they're causing their hair and why their hair is fading so much because of the heat that they're using. And honestly, me as a stylist, I didn't realize how much heat can pull the color out almost instantly if the heat's too high. So I'm gonna show you what I have set up right now. Okay, so right here I have 2 extensions, and these came from a client that ended up leaving them for me, and I decided that I wanted to use these as a swatch. And I've actually been planning this for a while, I just haven't gotten to it, but now is the perfect time. So in front of me, I have some heat protectors that I really like. So we have Kenra Thermal Styling Spray, the blow dry mist. You guys, this stuff smells amazing. I highly recommend getting this, if only just because it smells so good. Heat block spray, and this, I normally like the Paul Mitchell Super Skinny Serum, the Gaitane hair lube. This works really good too. Something like this as far as a lube goes to put on your hair after it's towel dried, after you get in the shower. These are some really good options to help protect your hair from heat, from damage, and from getting dried, because as we all know, half the time when we see our clients, a lot of the damage comes from just over-processed hair from the heat of their hot tools. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take one of these extensions and I'm going to put some heat or some heat protectant on one of the extensions, and then on the other one I'm not going to put any protectant on there, so that way we can see if there's like a difference between how the color, you know, does it fade or what happens. So to start, I'm going to actually just spray the Kenra Thermal Styling Spray, and I'm just going to lightly mist it, and then I'm also going to spray this one on the other one, but or maybe on the same extension, but just in a different area to see maybe what one protects a little bit better. So right now I'm gonna take the Kenra Thermal Styling Spray, and I'm just gonna spray kind of like up in this area 2 little spritz. And then in this section right here, I'm going to use the Kenra Heat Block Spray. And then here, I'm not gonna use anything. Okay, we all know that hair flat irons can go up to extreme heat. I recently just got this one. It is the Paul Mitchell Pro Tools Express Ion Smooth. And I just got this a few months ago, and this one only goes up to 410. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. So this temperature goes up to 410, but when I was looking for other flat irons, some of them went up to like 450. Why? We do not need temperature that high on our hair at 450 degrees. So the highest that this goes is 410. So what I'm gonna do is slide it all the way down this little hair extension, and I wanna see how is this extreme heat going to affect the hair. Now this is the one that we've sprayed it in 2 different sections with different heat protectants, and then the ends don't have anything on them. So normally when you flat iron your hair, you kind of go pretty slow. So that's kind of the speed that I'm gonna go through with the hair extension. Do you guys see that it's becoming completely yellow? I'm gonna lay this down so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so I laid the 2 extension pieces right next to each other, and I hopefully am able to show you guys the difference in the color after using the heat. Okay, so here are the extension pieces. And however, there's not that extreme difference of a tone of color. Look at the damage here. Do you see how frazzled and burnt the hair is? Actually, the closer I zoom up, the more you can see. So this is the extension piece that I haven't touched yet. And this is the extension piece that I just did 1 pass through with heat of 410 degrees. So this one right here in this section, I used the thermal styling spray. And I feel like this area here is not nearly as healthy still as when I come to this section. This still feels pretty healthy here. And in this area, I use the heat block spray. So look at the difference in the color. And this is only 1 pass. This is pretty brassy. This is still pretty silvery. And then let's work our way down. And one thing that I really noticed here, and I'm not sure, I got the white towel because I wasn't sure if you could see it better with a light background or a dark background. So let's just pull this forward. I feel like you can see better with the white background. Okay, I don't know if you can see it or not, but almost immediately right here where I didn't use any heat protectant, in this area, you can almost see a line right here where it just brasses out really bad. Definitely, this is the difference between using a heat protectant and not using a heat protectant, is look at how it burns out the color of the hair. Another thing that people don't realize too is that sometimes when they curl their hair especially, or when they're flat ironing, sometimes they'll go really, really slow and they hold the hot tool there for a long time. I want to show you when you're curling your hair and you let the flat iron sit there for maybe just a few seconds, what you're doing to the hair and how you're burning the color. Okay, so I'm going to use this piece that doesn't have any heat protectant on it at all. I haven't run the flat iron through it. So we're gonna let this sit for a few seconds because this is what happens when we're either curling the hair really slowly. I mean, look at how slow you'd be moving the flat iron and how long the hair would sit in that. So we're just going to do this, 1, 2, 3. So one of the things that I always ask all of my clients is what heat protectant are you using on your hair? Because I want to make sure that the job that I do is being protected, because I don't want my clients to go home in a week or two or however long. We already know the silver and ashy blondes don't last for very long. So I don't want my clients to go home and then like the next day or the next time they style their hair, they message me and they're like, all the toner fell out. When in reality, like they're just using too much heat. So I always ask my clients, what heat protectants are you using on your hair to keep your hair safe? And do you know what the majority of their answers are? Oh, I don't really use anything. I usually just blow dry my hair and I don't really use a heat protectant, or I have some and I just don't use it. Like, we all know that answer, right? Okay, so I think this is such a good video to show like what are they doing to their hair, because I think like if you're not directly looking at that piece of hair that you're flat ironing, like you're not gonna notice what you're doing to it. So I'm going to actually take this extension. Again, we don't know how it's been like processed or what's been done with it. I personally have not sprayed anything with any heat protectant. And at 410 degrees, I'm just gonna run it through the very end because I wanna work my way up and see what temperature does it stop burning the color out. Okay, I'm actually gonna go down to about 410 because we already know right here, if this is 410 right here, look at how it's burning. Imagine this every day that somebody's doing their hair. Do you see how much it's smoking? In a second, I will show you how orange it is. And this is our clients that are going home. They're not protecting their hair. They're not using the products that we suggest to them. And this is what they're doing to themselves, burning their own color out, and then they come and complain to us that their color is fading. So imagine that's like a week worth of flat iron. Like, look at the difference here. I mean, that might not even be a week's worth of flat iron. That could just be you really trying to make sure that piece of hair is nice and smooth. Look at how different that is. I think I want to stick to the white towel. Look at this color difference. This is just going over with the flat iron at 410 degrees, like 5 times or so. Say that this is our clients that are going home without heat protectant. This is what they're doing to their hair. They're burning the color out. They're not protecting it. Look at this difference. I mean, don't call us and complain that your color's fading if you're not using the products that we suggest. You've invested hundreds of dollars into your hair and you're just gonna ruin it because you don't wanna pay 20 extra bucks for some product. Okay, now I'm going to reduce the heat of the temperature down. It's just gonna be 400. And this I feel like is where also a lot of flat irons go to. If you can't adjust the heat, I think it typically just goes to 400. So we're gonna reduce the heat and we are gonna run the flat iron through and see if 400 has a difference. Okay, so here we go with 400 degrees, no heat protection on the hair, and we're just gonna do a few passes. You can see with that one pass, it's already kind of going brassy. Okay, so here we are. This is 410 degrees right here, and here is 410 with heat protectant, without heat protectant. And here is 400 degrees right here. You can tell that it's still not as bad, but it's still definitely brassy. Here we go with 370. There you go, 370. And we're gonna go right in here and we're gonna run this through a few passes. Okay, so in this area right here, I went through and I did the temperature of the flat iron at 370. You can already see that the damage is going down. It's not pulling out the color nearly as much. So I'm trying to, sorry guys, I'm really trying to get a good angle without a glaring light so you can see a little bit better. So again, here's like the 410, 410, 400, 370 right in here. Okay, now we're gonna go through with 350, which a lot of clients think that this is a safer range to use. And we're just gonna be kind of in this area, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, again, we're working our way from like 410 to like 400, 370, 350 right in here. 350 is kind of when you're starting to be a little bit safer. I'm not really seeing it burn the color out as much. And let's go down to 320, which is where actually the safest range that I found. Now we reach what I like to call my clients the safe zone, 330 and below. All right, we're gonna go right up in here. Okay, so I wanted to try and wrap the hair around where you could see here a little bit better. So this is 410, 400, 370, 350, 330. So you can see that the safe range of using heat temperature on your hair is below 350, 330. And this actually didn't pull out any of the color. The hair still looks nice and silvery. So one of the things that I always ask my clients is what temperature they use, and I will let them know when I'm flat ironing their hair, where do I feel like it's starting to burn the color out. If it's at 350 and it does something like this, because everybody's different, I let them know, okay, I just started a piece of your hair and it kind of burnt the color out. Do not go above 350 because you will lose your color. Now I'm just gonna hold the color or the flat iron on here at 330 and see if it burns it out after a few seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is amazing to me. I just let it sit here for about 5 seconds and it didn't do anything. It didn't burn the color out. It doesn't look damaged. This doesn't have any heat protectant on it at all. So look at the difference between 5 seconds of continued heat between 410 and like 330. There's zero damage or color removal right in here. All right, here's the final result of the color. Here you are. This is what is gonna happen to your hair or your client's hair if they don't use the right heat temperature or the right products on their hair. They're gonna burn their color out. We do not want our clients coming back and complaining a week later that all of their hair is faded or it's gone brassy. This is why your hair is going brassy, because you're not using the right products and you're using too high of heat. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this was informative for you. If you don't know, now you know what is the safe range to use on your hair or your clients to let them know. Stay below 350 if they have a flat iron that they can adjust. I know that ASHY flat irons, typically it's just a switch that you turn on and then you're just stuck with whatever temperature that you're at, which very well could be over 400 degrees. I mean, I've seen flat irons at 450. So please, if you're shopping for a flat iron, make sure that you can adjust the temperature below 350 to like 320 to be safe. Nobody needs heat on their hair that's gonna be like 450 degrees, okay? Like, are we baking cookies with our hair? We're not. So keep your heat low, extend the longevity of your color, use good products on your hair. Your color will last so much longer. Your hair is gonna feel so much healthier, and you will appreciate this information so much once you realize that after you wash your hair and style it a few times that your color's not fading. All right, thank you guys so much, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. And with the coronavirus going on, stay safe and stay healthy.